Welcome back. In this session we're going to see how to install NooJ for Windows. So remember that there are 4 variants of the NooJ software. Here we are going to look at NooJ for Windows, which is a complete toolbox. It runs on Windows on top of the .NET virtual machine. So in order to install NooJ, first we have to download it. So you go to nooj.univ-fcont.fr. We look for the page download. We go to this page and at the top you click on download NooJ for Windows here, and that makes you download the noojapp.zip file. When you get the noojapp.zip file, you can drag it onto your desktop and then you double click to open it and to see its content. In this file there is a folder NooJ app, so you drag it onto your desktop to extract it from the compressed file and you get the NooJ app folder. At this point you don't need anymore the file noojapp.zip, so you can delete it. Inside the NooJ app folder there is a _app folder. You double click to see its content. Inside this folder you're going to see the NooJ exe program. So you double click nooj.exe in order to run NooJ. The first time you run NooJ, it's going to ask you a few questions. Just answer yes or OK to all these questions, and then it will launch the software. It will run the software, which is here as an empty window. At the same time that it installs itself, it will create a NooJ folder in your documents. Inside this NooJ folder, it will create a subfolder, EN for English resources, FR for French resources, and you can go to the NooJ website at the page Linguistic Resources in order to download other folders, other modules, for example, to parse, to analyze Arabic texts, or to work on Spanish or Italian. There are 30 language modules available on the website. So I suggest the first time you run NooJ, you go to Info Preferences and you set your default language. For example, if you want to work on French, you would select FR as a default language. If you want to work on English, you will select EN as a default folder. And then you click Apply. So to make sure NooJ has been installed properly, so let's say you have selected EN as the English default language. So if you click File Open Text, it will go inside the EN module, and you're going to see one example, which is The Portrait of a Lady. So it's a novel. If you see another file, let's say La Femme de 30 ans, it means that you have not properly set the default language as English. So let's say you have successfully opened The Portrait of a Lady, File Open Text. So you see the text here. Then you click Text Locate, and then you get the window Locate a pattern. You can type in women, and then you can click a colored button, let's say red, and it will compute the concordance for women in the text. So here it says that it found 61 occurrences of women in the text. So some useful information. You might want to move the NooJ app folder from your desktop to another folder, for example, program files. You might need to manage read and execute write so that other users of the PC can run NooJ. You might want to create a shortcut to the NooJ.exe file so that you don't need to navigate to app inside NooJ app every time to run NooJ. Warning, beware, never ever touch the content of the NooJ app folder. Never move, edit, rename, or even touch any files that are in this folder. If you want to modify some files, you will only modify them in your personal NooJ folder inside your documents folder. All your files should always be stored in your personal folder. Among these files, there are already files that are given. Some of these file names start with the underscore character. Never modify these files, as they might get modified, updated, or even deleted during a subsequent update of the NooJ software. So if you want to modify their content, you can, but you save the resulting files, the modified files, with another name that does not contain the underscore prefix. You might encounter some problems. So in the latest version of Microsoft Windows, Windows does not like software that doesn't come from the Windows Store. So in order to run NooJ, you will have to open the Start menu, click Settings, then click Apps on the left side, and then click Advanced App Settings. And you should see a Choose Where to Get Apps option. Collapse its drop-down menu, and then select Anywhere so that you can run a NooJ even though it was not downloaded from the Windows Store. Another problem could be that Windows says that .NET is not installed or it's obsolete, so you have to download the latest version of .NET at .NET.microsoft.com. Another problem could arise if you have an antivirus that is set to forbid any software to be downloaded from the internet. So you would have to temporarily unload the antivirus to install NooJ. And again, one major problem would be if you mess with the content of the NooJ app folder. Always work in the NooJ folder, which is stored in your documents folder. If you have any other problem, you can contact me at max.zilberstein@gmail.com. If everything went great, you have successfully installed NooJ for Windows, and we will see in the next sessions how to use it.